to just go back home to go and speak to my generation and just encourage them as well, and just revive and revitalize the energy and just inspire hope and just bring an awareness that Zambia is not gonna be brought to where it's supposed to be by our fathers and the people from outside, but it's gonna take people like myself and our young generation to step up and just be the ones who take this nation and take up the challenges that are being faced by the country upon ourselves and be the change that we want to see in Zambia. So initially we had a plan that we would start from Livingstone, then go to Lusaka, then Ndola, Kitwe and Solwezi. The team was a very small team, was very lean. It was myself, it was Amelia, the road manager, it was my brother John, and it was Kelly who was helping us with media.
It's like the beginning of Feb when Jean contacted me asking me about doing videography for the tour.
When I was praying about the people who I should go with and who I should do this with, it was just clear cut. God told me that, nah, you gotta take Jean.
I came along as kind of the worship guy.
There was a reason for that, the connection.
I'm kind of a rock guy, but my heart is deep in worship. And Jay is obviously from a hip-hop background and rap background, but his heart is also in worship, and his heart is also just in the King.
Both of us, even though we're so different, it's just amazing. It's just two music genres, but we've got the same heart, and it was just a beautiful time. So we actually left on a Thursday. It was a morning flight. Right from the get-go, we knew that we have to hit the road running. We have to be ready throughout any moment, because what we're going to do is not like a typical concert. This is ministry, and we were fetched at the airport by Reverend Michael Zulu. He took us to the YCTC, that is the Youth Community Training Center. That's where the event was. Because firstly, we had just landed. We're a bit tired. We even played some basketball with the guys.
Jay's the b-ball dude.
It was pretty cool. It was nice to just relax a little bit. I think after sound check and getting into the scheme of things, it was good for us to just calm down a little bit, because I wasn't like very sure of how people would receive the assignment God has given me, knowing that we're going to go to different parts of Zambia, and firstly, in Zambia, rap is not very big. I just had a piece about it, and he had just told me that, look, at the end of the day, I've given you this gift, and I just want you to just go out and just do what you usually do. And that is exactly what happened. I remember the moment we just like got on and did the first two songs, the Holy Spirit just like hit like crazy, and the entire place just got lit up. Those guys' worship is so good.
That first meeting I was taken a little bit by surprise.
150, 200 people there, maybe more. It was awesome. It was just this hall and filled with people, and we got into these songs.
I've done like the songs on my album, T.R.A.D.E, a number of times, but I can tell you that the way it was in Zambia is something completely different. The energy, even just like the power of the words, it's words that obviously were coming out of my mouth, but it was almost as if I'm actually even like, just like preaching and speaking to myself, It was overwhelming and it was very emotional as well, because you could see that people were generally and honestly just crying out to God for help. So that also just like reaffirmed that, this is indeed, God wanted us to do this. You wouldn't expect people to come forward and out of call after like a rap concert, you wouldn't expect that, but even through the music, they would have moments with the Holy Spirit, and when we made the outer call, they would come forward, and that that happened. It was pretty cool.
Seeing young people not only come forward for prayer, but also serve God.
We're just praying for them, prayed for their families, prayed for their relationships, prayed for their schoolwork, prayed for their work. This wasn't like a normal album tour. This was like time for just Jesus to reconnect with these people, So that's what happened the first night. Had a few hours of sleep. Had to wake up early the following day, still in Livingstone. Head back to the Youth Community Training Center. We also ministered. Then right after that, we had to basically packed because we had to like leave Livingstone as soon as possible because we had to get on the road to Lusaka. Now you guys can't leave Livingstone without going to the Victoria Falls, so it was pretty cool to see this beautiful hand of God. Oh man,
The sheer beauty, the gorgeousness, the power of it.
it was such a beautiful experience, you know.
To see that they have like a constant rainbow. So there's a rainbow on the side and it's constantly there. Yeah, that was beautiful.
Something that completely overwhelms you. And one thing that the Victoria Falls actually does to you is that you feel small.
Like, how can you look at that and not think God's big, you know?
Like you feel so small and like, know what? If someone made this, then whoever made this is really powerful and really big. It was such a beautiful experience. So yeah, after that, the guys ate without me.
Yeah, I think everybody's got something to say about Hungry Lion.
I'll get them back for that. We hit the road for Lusaka. Man, it was a long drive.
The drive from Livingstone to Lusaka was long.
It was like 6 hours.
What was really nice about it was having Pastor Willard on board. So Pastor Willard drove all the way from Ndola all the way to Livingstone to actually do this whole journey with us.
In Lusaka, we were hosted by Ariel, and he said, "No, whenever you guys are in Lusaka, I'll take care of you," and that's what he did. And it was nice to be in a house of musicians. You know, there was instruments.
There was pianos and stuff there. There was a piano in the room that we were staying in.
There was talented folks, so it was pretty cool. And I think in Lusaka, that's when we actually had some home cooked food in Lusaka.
I'm just letting you know for the record, the man can cook.
They can cook really well. Jay can cook really, really well.
We were told that we had an additional town. That's where the adventure started.
Traveling to different towns, we traveled to the outskirts of Lusaka and minister in churches there.
We got opportunities to speak and minister and do the concerts at 2 different churches.
So the first one was in Chongwe, the Chosen Generation Church. What they had done is that they had invited the youth from the local churches as well to just come and just spend the afternoon with us. Just the assignment God has given us to just equip and empower the young people, and also just to also hear from them. We think we understand their situation, but actually we don't, because we actually don't get a chance to hear from them.
For them to give us questions, and I think that was one of the most powerful things.